Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Mr. Spicy and today we'll be doing another exciting retrospective in the world of video games. Today we're delving deep into the iconic first-person shooter Halo Combat Evolved and exploring one of its most disreputable levels, the library. Let's take a journey and talk about both the good and the bad of this infamous level. But first, let's dive into what made the library memorable for the right reasons. The library excels at creating a haunting, oppressive atmosphere. The dimly lit labyrinthian halls filled with mysterious alien architecture in conjunction with the ominous music helps set the stage for a truly gripping and suspenseful experience. In my last retrospective video discussing the level Cortana from Halo 3, if you haven't seen it you should go watch it, the two levels sort of share the same sense of anxiety and suspense. However, unlike Cortana, there's not much else positive for me to say. It is without any doubt the library has some glaring issues. The level is notorious for its repetitive design. You'll find yourself revisiting the same corridors and rooms multiple times, which can become very tedious and frustrating. The confusing layout of the level can lead to players getting lost and disorientated, a problem that's exacerbated by its lack of visual landmarks. It is well known that at some point in the level's development, it was meant to be a corkscrew-like structure in the center in which the players could presumably climb and would help act as a point of reference. However, this design was ultimately cut due to the limitations of the Blame engine they had at the time. Another huge problem with the level is its lack of variety. For example, other levels in the game include grunts, jackals, elites, and hunters, each with their own distinctive roles helping to break up the monotony of fighting the same units repeatedly. However, the entirety of encounters in the library involve battling the same FUD enemies repeatedly. This lack of variety can make the level feel monotonous and uninspired. I guess it would make a great firefight mode though. Halo CE was celebrated for its challenging and fair gameplay, and the library flips this on its head. The waves upon waves of FUD swarm the player, making it challenging to catch a break to recover your shields, not to mention the inclusion of rocket-wielding FUD forms.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Whose idea was that? One positive thing I could say about the gameplay is that the relentless onslaught of the parasitic FUD forces players to strategize and make every shot count. It's an intense, heart-pounding experience. Now let's talk about some of the plot progression. From a narrative standpoint, the library plays only a small role in Halo's story. It reveals more about the nature of the Halo Ring world and the true dangers of the Flood, as well as introducing the Activation Index, a key to activate the Halo Ring. But besides these small subversions, there's little much else to keep players engaged and invested in the plot, not to mention the poor pacing of the level, as you do the same repetitive actions with no real payoff. Even the developers had some things to say about this during a Halo speedrun.
Man, even through there, this level is really long.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I think we probably could have cut a floor or two.
12. Yeah, I mean,
I
this is
really
the
feel like
longest, right? 12 minutes for this level based on the time slice.
I actually never.
This is
but if you do that jump there,
this is grueling to watch,
you don't-
even with all the cheats.
Yes.
Well, this is also a great example of we didn't know how to like self-produce. Be like, hey, this is just too long. Like the mission feels over like 45 minutes ago.
It's a bummer that we couldn't see the mission in a more finished state or something more akin to the Halo novel The Flood, where there was even more dialogue and world building. It was honestly more interesting reading about the library than playing the actual level itself. I mean, seriously, the novel doesn't take anything away from the game. However, it adds much needed context for both off-screen developments and character plot points. One of my favorite moments is when Chief finds the mangled body of a Marine and is shocked at how far he was able to make it through the library despite the lack of augmentations or Mjolnir armor. Sadly, this never happens in the game, and it would be pretty hard to implement since Bungie made the Master Chief as a vessel for the player and not an actual fully fleshed out character. There is incredible potential with the story. However, due to the poor engine limitations and a more the player is the character type philosophy, this level really struggles to find any more redeeming qualities outside of the game itself. In retrospect, the library from Halo Combat Evolved is a polarizing level that has left lasting emotions on the Halo community. Its strengths and atmosphere and challenges are undeniable, but it's equally well remembered for its repetitiveness, lack of variation, navigation difficulties, and monotonous gameplay. Whether you love it or loathe it, the library is a prime example of how a level can be a great idea executed very poorly, whether due to time constraints or other circumstances the developers had to deal with at the time. Thank you for joining us on this retrospective journey into the heart of Halo Combat Evolved's The Library. While this is a shorter video, I don't want it to drag on any further or else I would be beating a dead horse, as many of you have already heard of the level shortcomings. Do you have a different take on this divisive level? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content here on the channel. Until next time, finish the fight, and we'll see you in the next video.